Now we start English language service of Voice of Korea from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Now here's mixed chorus, song of General Kim Il-sung. Now here's male chorus, song of General Kim Jong Il.
The respected Comrade Kim Jong Un, General Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea and President of the State Affairs of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, met and had a photo session with the activists in resistance to the army on February the 14th, who had been invited to the celebrations of the 75th founding anniversary of the Korean People's Army as special representatives and enjoyed themselves in Pyongyang. She sent warm encouragement and thanks to the activists in the assistance to the army, raising stormy cheers. She warmly said every step for victory of the revolutionary armed forces is associated with the priceless services and efforts of the genuine patriots who have accepted the party's line on building a powerful army and policy of attaching importance to the military affairs as the absolute truth and the primary need of life, and become a foundation for accomplishing the great cause of building up a richer country with a strong army. She highly appreciated the noble spiritual world of the activists in the assistance to the army, saying they clearly feel before anybody else that building a powerful country is unthinkable without strong national defense. And they know well that assisting the army is the greatest patriotism. They have sent all their children to the army and are sincerely assisting the army with the noble consciousness that they are defending the trenches for national defense together with the service personnel, though everything is difficult. Kim Jong Un also said, "The spirit of the activists in the assistance to the army is a breath alive with the indomitable tenacity of women at the Namgang village in the 1950s who had assisted the army even during the hard-fought war. It is a vigorous continuity of the great patriotic spirit of those in the Cholima era who had built the fence of the country impregnable and firmly, thinking first of the state affairs before their household affairs, even on the debris after war. Such a spirit ought to be considered to be the first in the present struggle for the overall development of socialist construction, and it is a model everybody should follow. The 70-year-long trials undergone to defend the victory in the war are more priceless than those that brought the victory in the war. The 70-year-long history of the great victory could be exalted thanks to the ardent loyalty displayed on the long road of consolidating the absolute strength of our state in every way." Kim Jong Un expressed expectation that the activists in the assistance to the army would in the future too invariably lead a genuine life as typical patriots in further sublimating the spirit of assistance to the army, social customs peculiar to Juche Korea, under the slogan of our army first principle, and had a picture taken with them. He promised to invite those grateful activists in the assistance to the army to the celebrations of the 70th anniversary of war victory, noteworthy in the history of the country, again as special representatives, and wished all of them good health and welfare. You are listening to VOK, Voice of Korea News Now. The respected Comrade Kim Jong Un received a flower basket from Songun Si, General Secretary of the Central Committee of the Laois People's Revolutionary Party and President of the Laois People's Democratic Republic, on the occasion of the 81st birth anniversary of the great leader Kim Jong Il. The flower basket was conveyed to an official concerned by the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Laois People's Democratic Republic to the DPRK on the 13th. The respected Comrade Kim Jong Un received a flower basket from Mahmoud Abbas, President of the State of Palestine on the 13th, on the occasion of the 81st birth anniversary of the great leader Kim Jong Il. The respected Comrade Kim Jong Un received a floral basket and a congratulatory letter from the Foreign Diplomatic Corps here on the occasion of the 81st birth anniversary of the great leader Kim Jong Il. The floral basket and the letter were handed over to an official concerned by the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Cuba on behalf of the Corps on the 13th. In the meantime, Kim Jong Un received a floral basket and a congratulatory letter from the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam to the DPRK on the same day. The Standing Committee of the Supreme People's Assembly of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea recently issued a decree number 1197 on awarding the Order of Kim Jong Il to the officials who made a contribution to the building of a prosperous country. According to the decree, the Order of Kim Jong Il were awarded to Lee Ju-dok and to others on the occasion of the Day of the Shining Star, the greatest national holiday. A national fine art exhibition opened to celebrate the 81st birth anniversary of the great leader Kim Jong Il. Seen at the venue of the exhibition was a fine art work representing the great leader Kim Jong Il standing on the top of Mount Baekdu. Displayed there were the works telling the immortal exploits performed by Kim Jong Il, who devoted his soul to the country and people all his life, as well as the works vividly showing the remarkable change of Korea, which greeted a new era of prosperity and development under the seasoned leadership of the respected comrade Kim Jong Un, might of the country, and the happy life of the Korean people. Its opening ceremony took place at the Korea National Art Museum on the 13th. Present there were Chun Kyung-chul, Deputy Department Director of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, officials and creators in the field of fine art, and working people in Pyongyang City. An opening address was made by Jong Il, Minister of Culture. At the end of the opening ceremony, the participants looked around the venue of the exhibition. Kang Sun-nam, Minister of National Defense of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, received a message of greetings from Wei Fenghe, State Councilor and Minister of National Defense of the People's Republic of China, on the occasion of the 75th founding anniversary of the Korean People's Army. The message said that the Korean People's Army has been constantly expanded and strengthened under the steadfast leadership of the Workers' Party of Korea, led by General Secretary Kim Jong Un, and made great successes in achieving national liberation, defending the leadership of the party, and safeguarding and building Korean-style socialism. Everlasting is the traditional friendship between China and the DPRK, the message said, and pointed out that in recent years, the Sino-Korean relations have entered a new historic stage, and the traditional friendship between the armies of the two countries, an important component of the bilateral relations, has been steadily consolidated and developed under the strategic leadership of the top leaders of the two parties and the two countries. The message expressed the will to make active efforts to sincerely implement the common understanding of the top leaders of the two parties and the two countries, and defend the friendship between the two armies and peace and stability of the region. Meanwhile, a floater basket in the name of the Ministry of National Defense of the People's Republic of China was conveyed to the Ministry of National Defense of the DPRK. The activists in the assistance to the army, who were invited to the celebrations of the 75th founding anniversary of the Korean People's Army as special delegates, enjoyed colorful cultural life amid warm welcome of the capital citizens. They spent pleasant days enjoying special service at the centers for cultural and emotional life in the capital. They visited the Natural History Museum and spent pleasant time at the Munsu Water Park, the Dongna People's Pleasure Ground, and the amusement park of Kaesong Youth Park. During their stay in Pyongyang, they also appreciated performances given by the National Symphony Orchestra, the National Acrobatic Troupe, the Pivotal Opera Troupe, the National Theatrical Troupe, and the Art Propaganda Squad of the Central Committee of the Socialist Patriotic Youth League. And that's the end of the news read by Cha Yun-jung. This is Voice of Korea. Now you'd appreciate the Song of Glory, Long Live the Great Songun Commander, dedicated to General Kim Jong Il, an illustrious, brilliant commander of the Baekdu.
Here is band music. Glory to the General. General Kim Jong Il, Purest Patriot. The song General Kim Jong Il, Purest Patriot was created in 1990 or 2001 with poem by Guinness Prize winner and labor hero Choi Jung-kyung and music by meditate artist Lee Kwang-oh. The song sings of the people's boundless praise for the great leader Kim Jong Il, who devoted his all to prosperity of the country and happiness of the people. The first stanza of the song sings of the people's joy of holding Kim Jong Il, who was born in Mount Baekdu, in high esteem as a leader, and their reverence for him, who made the whole country a large harmonious family, shouldering the destiny of the nation. The second and third stanzas represent the immortal exploits of Kim Jong Il, who defended the socialist country with its Songun-based revolutionary leadership and built a powerful socialist country shining with independence by laying a firm foundation for the self-supporting economy. The song combines its meaningful words and individual melody well in an organic way, providing good popularity and simplicity. Now the Korean people look back with deep emotion upon the noble revolutionary life and immortal exploits of Kim Jong Il, singing the song General Kim Jong Il, Purest Patriot. So far, we've introduced the song General Kim Jong Il, Purest Patriot. This is Voice of Korea. Now you'd appreciate female solo and pangchang, Song of Love for the People. Now you'd appreciate light music. Serial songs of Kim Jong Il. Please appreciate the song. We call him Father. The bosom so warm that we ran into, it is so wide and deep as the sea. The love is affection thicker than blood. We have known it in happiness. Attracted to his affection, we call him Father without reserve. We live only under his care, O comrade Kim Jong Un.
Now we present the light music for violin. We cannot live out of his embrace.
here is female trio and male chorus, our national flag. Now you are invited to listen to the light music, songs everywhere in my country.
Dear listeners, with this we conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Voice of Korea presents its English language service for Europe between 15 and 16 hours UTC, between 18 and 19 hours UTC, between 21 and 22 hours UTC, and between 13 and 14 hours UTC on 7,570 kHz and 12,015 kHz. For North America, between 15 and 16 hours UTC and between 13 and 14 hours UTC on 9,435 kHz and 11,710 kHz. And for Northeast Asia, between 4 and 5 hours UTC and between 6 and 7 hours UTC on 7,220 kHz, 9,445 kHz, and 9,730 kHz. Goodbye, this is Pyongyang.